Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's this look you can see here, this sort of, I don't know, I wouldn't call it yellowy green. It's sort of this sort of somewhat pasty yellow green, but it's not the white toothpaste thing I was talking about. I've seen people, 40 years ago, I suppose, in the 80s, doing things like this, where they were growing it in. So whether they're doing something to their peat, I don't know, but it looked like, what were they? They were using some sort of the off green and white bales. It was like a Irish bale type peat, I think they were trying out or something. Yeah, well, that's what they were saying they were trying. And I remember seeing the bag they're talking about. It was a bit of like a lumpy sort of peat sort of thing, so I don't know. But whether it was a very early attempt to mix coir with peat, I don't know. Whether coir really goes back further than the 90s into the... Oh, I mean, historically it does, but I mean, for mixing into peat and sort of, is that what happened? They started mixing coir into peat and making it cheaper and cheaper, but still selling it at the same price or even inflating the price, new and improved. And of course, they put so much coir into it that actually, instead of improving the peat, it makes it worse. And because they're using so much coir now, it's basically almost coir, and they've got to have some excuse why they have these big mounds of coir at one end of the bloody factory, and they got bales of peat going out the other end of the factory. And of course they think, well, if we just start selling the coir, no one's going to notice the big mounds of coir because we are selling coir. So, and then of course they said, it's better than peat, and of course it wasn't. And it took us about 10 years to figure that out. They were just telling us porkies or telling us bullshit or anything. Whether they're putting something to the coir to make it better than peat, I don't know, but they weren't letting on, of course, publish or perish, as they say. So, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah. As I said, you put the manganese dioxide on the surface of the soil, seems to be alright. But if you spread it right throughout, it's a problem, because I think it locks down the phosphorus. So, by just having it on the top, it only locks the phosphorus in the top surface, or as it slowly goes down there, it accumulates enough phosphorus if it goes down through the profile to make it all right, sort of thing. But if you put it right through the mix straight away, it just takes up too much phosphorus and then stop growing, sort of thing. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see how we go. But that's about it, really. We'll see if we get any confluent green lawn growth on any of these pots, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Okay.